Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. My cat Henry is just joining in. I just set up my little Christmassy backdrop, and he loves sniffing things from outside. All right, so this is your weekly tarot card reading. Now, for this week's reading, I am using the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. Okay, so let's start by drawing 3 cards. Each card is going to represent an aspect of the upcoming week or a segment of the upcoming week. All right. Okay, and as always, I always invite you to, share your own interpretation of the cards in the comments below. So feel free to leave me a comment. And let's dive into the reading. Let's actually zoom in a little bit here. Okay, it's a little lopsided, but let's start with the first card. And I should say before I dive into the reading, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps me out if you subscribe to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like and subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when I'm going to be coming on live. Okay, 5 of Cups for the beginning of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, we have the 5 of Cups. Now, the thing with reading with the Wandering Star Tarot is there's words on each card kind of worked into the artwork. And I always feel like I'm kind of cheating a little bit when I read with this deck. So the keywords on this card are loss, leaving, and sorrow. 5 of Cups. Okay, so there's a couple things that I'm getting with this card that I'm really sensing this feeling of flow. And of course, the Suit of Cups corresponds to the emotions and feelings. And we have water, which is the element of the Suit of Cups. And water is the perfect symbol for the emotions. And so we see here in the background, we have a river flowing. We have cups spilled. She's dumping out this cup and she's also crying. So we have that tear on her face as well. So things are flowing, which is actually a positive thing. And what I get with the 5 of Cups is that there's a certain feeling of grief with this card, like losing something, mourning something, feeling a sense of sadness, failure, really kind of struggling with something, struggling to let go of something or to come to terms with something. But even though that experience might be difficult, grieving is never pleasant, it is a healthy thing in that the emotions are flowing, as opposed to, stuffing your grief down and not allowing yourself to feel it or to process it or to deal with things. 5 of Cups, you're actually releasing something. So there is this sense of flow with the 5 of Cups. At the beginning of the week, there may be feelings of like disappointment or loss, or feeling like you're just not succeeding at something. And it's almost like you kind of just have to allow those feelings to be there. Just sitting with those feelings, allowing them to be there. Because once you do that, they eventually will pass and you can move on. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term, like, meet yourself where you're at. So however you're feeling, don't try too hard to change it. Just meet yourself where you're at, sit with that for a bit, and naturally things start to shift and change. One more thing I want to say about the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, something I sometimes say about this card, I don't really think it applies here. One thing I will sometimes say is that it's okay to be upset about something, but you don't want to stay in that place forever. You don't want to wallow in your misery indefinitely. But the more you allow yourself to feel something and kind of process that feeling, the quicker it kind of moves through you. So that's what I get. Beginning of the week, maybe processing some difficult emotions, a sense of grief or loss of something. And then when we get to the middle of the week, I guess what I should say about the beginning of the week is be gentle with yourself. Like, meet yourself where you're at, be gentle with yourself, allow your feelings to flow and to move. And if you need to, sometimes having a good cry is like just this release that releases some emotions and makes you feel better after. Okay, midweek, and both of my cats have joined me here. They don't normally both join me at the same time. So for the middle of the week, we have temperance, and the keywords that are kind of overarching temperance is talent. Oh, sorry, Page of Pentacles. Why did I say temperance? That's so weird. Okay, maybe there'll be a reason for that. Okay, so we have Page. I just looked at this and I thought, oh, temperance, which is so strange. Okay, so we have Page of Pentacles for the middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And the words here are talent, skill, and money. Talent, skill, money. So the pages are in learning mode. I like to think of the pages as being kind of like sponges. They're just like absorbing things, they're taking things in, they're learning, they're growing, they're, figuring things out. And with this page is learning how to use their talents in the world, how to take what they're good at, their natural abilities and skills that are either natural skills or skills that they've learned along the way, and how to earn money from that, how to earn a living. So, that's the kind of basic vibe I get with the Page of Pentacles. But what does this card mean for you? What does it mean for us this week? So midweek, Page of Pentacles is encouraging you to maybe expand your horizons a little bit when it comes to making money and using your talents and your skill. I'm thinking, like, if you already have a regular job and you're happy with it, what I'm getting here is that you might want to entertain the possibility of a side gig or a little side project that might make a little bit of extra money on the side. Page of Pentacles is also encouraging you to explore some of your innate talents and to be willing to be bad at something. So you can never become good at something or skilled at something without first being bad at something. Like that's just like part of it. And you probably have there's something that you've been wanting to do a long time, or maybe it's something that you kind of dip your toe into for a little bit and then kind of put it to the side for a bit. It might be a hobby or some kind of skill that you have, but it's something that brings you joy, and it will kind of pop into your head now and then. You're like, oh yeah, I should make more time for that. I should look into that. For me personally, it's creative writing. Creative writing is something I've loved doing for a long time, but I don't always make the time to do it, and I'll go long periods of time without doing it. Lately, I've had this urge to just start writing stories, like fictional stories. So I'm noticing the eyes on this card. So there's something eye-opening about that. It's some kind of like, I feel like that's turning on your inner eyes, like looking inward and starting to acknowledge and recognize some of your innate talents and abilities. So that's something to maybe focus on midweek. What innate talents, abilities, skills do you have that you want to prioritize a little more and explore a little bit more and develop? Because they might be things that aren't fully developed. Like you can have some sort of innate skill or something that you want to do or explore, but you haven't fully developed it. So you may not be good at it in the beginning, but you can be good at it. You can get good at it. Okay, so here we have Death. So we have the Death card for the end of the week. It's really bugging me how my thing is. It's a little better. So we have the death card for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's all kinds of words on the side of the card. So it says new beginnings, transformation, begin again, change, endings, beginnings, change, etc. Okay, and there's that eye right in the center of his forehead. So I first noticed the eye is here, and then we have another eye. I don't think there's any eyes in the Five of Cups. Actually, what's interesting, she has her eyes closed in the Five of Cups. There's almost a refusal to look at something with the Five of Cups. And then with the Page of Pentacles, eyes are open and there's lots of eyes here. And then there's no eyes on the skull except for that third eye in the center of the forehead. Okay. So death is actually a pretty powerful card to get. This is a major arcana card. And like the card suggests, it's all about something coming to an end. So something finishing up, something wrapping up, something kind of receding into the background, which sets the stage for a new beginning, a transformation of sorts. So there's a lot of potential with the death card, and that potential is that potential for transformation, something new, a new phase. But death itself isn't, I don't want to kind of sugarcoat this card and say, oh yeah, it's all about new beginnings and transformation, everything's great. Because death is a difficult card. It's not so much about a new beginning or a fresh start. It's kind of what needs to happen before that new beginning or fresh start can emerge. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of like a kind of a real life example of this. It's kind of like, I think of it as like clearing clutter from your home, or even just like clearing out things that are no longer working for you. And in order to change your life and welcome in new possibilities, you need to kind of clear out some of the old stuff. And that can be difficult to do. It can be hard to part with certain things. Just the process of like clearing clutter can be overwhelming. I know this time last year, I was reading that Marie Kondo book, and I was on this real like clutter clearing kick. And I was going through all my closets and cupboards and drawers, clearing things out. And I reached a point where I got a lot done, but then I just got overwhelmed and I stopped. And I haven't picked it up since. And so now everything's kind of messy and cluttered again. So I'm gonna have to revisit that. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so with the death card, some questions to ask yourself this week. What are you ready to release? What do you want to let go of? And what do you not want to let go of, but you know you kind of should? You know you have to let go of this thing, even though you don't want to. You know it's right to let go of this thing. So asking yourself some of those questions. And again, coming back to the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups I felt was kind of a card of like letting go. All this water is flowing away from her. There's a sense of release, a sense of flow. And then with death, that theme kind of continues on. But I want to say, again, kind of being gentle with yourself, seeing if you can support yourself in this process as you decide, what do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly look at all the cards together. Let's do a little zoomy zoom. Let's zoom in here. And here, let's slide in an extra card here just so they stand upright. So have a look at these cards, and do you notice any themes? Is there any similarities between the cards? I mean, they're all colorful, but that's just the deck. All the cards in this deck are super colorful. Okay. I'm just gonna let myself be quiet for a minute. I'm just looking for commonalities. I feel like I've kind of touched on everything I've wanted to touch on here. Yeah, and I don't think that there's anything else I want to add, but it does feel like this is a week of letting go. And some of that letting go is going to feel really exuberant and really good, like casting off an old skin. And some of it may be more like ripping off a Band-Aid, where it's like a little unpleasant, but it's over quickly. Some of that letting go may really feel like grieving and mourning what could have been, or what you feel should have been. So there is this sort of a feeling of a little bit of grief, a little bit of letting go to kind of pave the way for transformation. And what I love is that the Page of Pentacles is right in the middle of things. Now, I should point out that the Page of Pentacles is the most grounded of all the pages. The pages, because they're young, they're inexperienced, they're learning, they tend to be a little bit ungrounded and unstable just by their very nature. But the Page of Pentacles is actually pretty grounded. This is the most grounded, the most stable out of all the pages. And I feel like this is about kind of holding on to yourself, giving yourself that sense of grounding. And the way that you do that, interestingly enough, is through recognizing your own talents and your own skill set, and really making that a priority to develop some of those abilities and some of those skills. Okay, so this has been your weekly tarot card reading. My name is Kate, also known as the Daily Tarot Girl. If you want to learn more about tarot reading, check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I'll link below. I've got lots of fun tarot learning resources for you to check out. I've got tarot spreads, tarot card meanings, all kinds of fun stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.